Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halayim, Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash, Barakatam Akim. Alright, as always, I'm just coming back with another video. I want to go into just being circumspect, being aware of your surroundings, the times that you're living in, and examining yourself. Alright. So I'm going to jump out with Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Okay. So you want to be wise in this thing. You want to be circumspect, paying attention, being aware, keen to your surroundings. K-E-E-N, keen to your surroundings. All right. Not just around people, including yourself. Including the things that you do, that you're being enticed to do, because we're in this flesh. Scriptures say it's a constant battle between the spirit and the flesh. There's a I'll bring it out here in the book of Galatians, Salakia. I got a scripture real quick that I want to bring out since I read that verse. First verse here in the book of Sirach 13 and 13, it says, observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril. See, observe, that's what synonymous to the word circumspect, okay? Or to be, vigilant, keen, all right, aware, all right? It says, observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing, when thou hearest these things, awake in thy sleep. Okay, because being in this truth, there's times where you get complacent, which means it's synonymous to also being asleep. You're not being aware, you're not being active in the spirit. You're actively moving, you're actively going out into the highways and the byways, you're actively quoting scriptures, but through the spirit you're not discerning, you're not observing. And this is the scripture I was talking about here in Galatians 5 and 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Because that's what I was saying, that through the Salakia, hang on. Being in the flesh, it wants to fulfill, all forms of wickedness. Verse 17, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. And the things that you would, that you ought to do, there's many things. It's not just one thing. All right, it's not a thing that you woke your. It's not like you woke up by yourself and you came into this thing and started with the 12 tribe sign, and you already, you don't have to communicate with nobody or do what you got to do regarding with the brothers, That's the flesh getting the best of you. All right, the flesh is getting complacent, and it's taking over your spirit, because the spirit is going to be fiery. When you come into this thing, you're supposed to be fiery, on fire, and willing to, communicate, be with brothers, go out to the highways and the byways, make videos, increase in learning. Show not to brothers, but it's obvious. You can see it that you're a man of the Lord. You're on fire for the truth. You know what I mean? Oh man, there was a scripture I wanted to bring out, but it slipped my mind. Let me go to the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. You see? So that ties in with that Galatians 5. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So going back to Sirach 13 and 13, observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing, when thou hearest these things, awake in thy sleep. Okay? Because it's being out here in this world is not no fucking cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? That's what pisses me off about people. They walk around with fucking smiles, thinking everything's all good and happy. There ain't nothing to be happy about here, man. Okay? What's there to be happy about here? Because you make money? Because you got a brand new car? Because you got a big house? All right? Because your woman's happy? That's not what's to be happy about, man. The only thing the Most High says a man should glory in is having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which lighteth a man's lighteth up a man's face and make it to shine because of wisdom. Okay? You're not walking circumspectly. You know, you got individuals out here in the world that are not doing that, man. We already know that the 2/3 ain't doing that shit. We know the rest of the world ain't doing it. But these scriptures wouldn't be here if brothers weren't able, if brothers weren't susceptible to going into this. But they are. Brothers are susceptible to falling into these things that I'm bringing out in the scripture. Else they wouldn't be there. For warning, for exhortation, admonishment, rebuke, etc. You have to awake in thy sleep, man. Because to be inactive in the spirit, you're asleep. You're not properly making discernment, using proper discretion. Okay. I'm going to keep reading here in Romans 8 and 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. See? So little by little, you start falling away. You start going about doing your own thing and, you know, acting like you're your own man, but when you're not, man. Point blank, period. So then they, verse 8, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. Why? Because they're not making proper discernment or decision making when it comes to this, when it comes to the truth, the spirit, dealing with brothers and brotherhood. Okay? It says, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. As if the Most High be in you, though, man. Right? Like I said, examine whether you be in the faith. Right? Hang on, I'm going to hold this. It's like 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves? How that Yahweh HaMashiach is in you, except you be reprobates. Same thing here. Romans 8 and 9. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the